Established in 1999, Legacy Tree Foundation is a non-denominational Christian 501c3 nonprofit organization whose mission is to provide spiritual, physical, and humanitarian aid to those in need, both in the United States and throughout the world. Legacy Tree fulfills their mission by providing funding and grants to numerous worthy charities and nonprofits across the country who are actively engaged in serving others and restoring lives.
At Legacy Tree Foundation, we raise our funds a little differently than most charities in that we work with financial professionals, showing them how they can help families take advantage of the benefits of charitable planning. We have found that for most people, when they think of charitable giving, they think only of writing out a check to their church or charity and making a direct donation, and thereby receiving their income tax deduction. While that is the most common form of giving, there is another level of giving in the IRS code where people can donate an asset to a charity and receive the tax deduction, but they can also receive income in return. For many people, this allows them to create an income program, receive the income tax benefits, and pass their assets to their heirs in a more tax-efficient manner, all while supporting their favorite charities. Historically, charitable planning programs such as charitable gift annuities and charitable remainder trusts have only been available or even possible for very wealthy people. At Legacy Tree Foundation, we help average middle-class people and families understand how simple charitable planning programs, which we call legacy plans, can be used by nearly anyone who would enjoy reducing their taxes and creating structured income payouts while helping charitable causes. On behalf of Legacy Tree Foundation, all of the charities that we support, and the thousands of lives that have been transformed, thank you for your participation and your partnership with Legacy Tree Foundation.
To learn more about the charitable work that Legacy Tree Foundation supports, we invite you to watch the next segment. In the current economy, charitable giving is down, and many smaller charities don't have the staff or the administrative ability to offer charitable planning programs. Legacy Tree Foundation works closely and in some cases partners with these smaller charities in order to provide another source of funding and support that is badly needed and much appreciated.
While the charities you're about to be introduced to may not be names that you're already familiar with, they are charities that we've researched, we've gotten to know them, we've gotten involved with them, and we know that they're doing important and valuable work. We also know that they're careful with the funds they receive. We stay in close contact with all of our charitable impact partners, especially the individuals there who have their hands and feet on the ground, so that we can provide funding where and when it is needed the most.
The charitable impact partners that Legacy Tree Foundation supports have one thing in common. They all provide for the needs of those in our society who might otherwise be overlooked and forgotten. Feed America First was Legacy Tree Foundation's very first charitable impact partner, and they address the most basic of human needs right here in our own backyard: hunger in America. Executive Director Tom Henry founded the organization specifically to supply food to the rural poor, who are often overlooked by these large urban food banks.
I'm Tom Henry, Executive Director of Feed America First. We chartered Feed America First in 2000 to help address one of the inequities that we saw in the hunger relief in the United States. There's 50 million Americans that have to worry about where their next meal is going to come from, or whether to pay the rent or pay for medicine.
Many of these are sick and elderly people unable to move to more prosperous areas. Many are even raising grandchildren. And for those people, Feed America First provides wholesome food that would otherwise end up in landfills. Legacy Tree has had the pleasure of seeing this organization greatly expand their reach and effectiveness since the beginning of their partnership.
The advantage Legacy Tree gives us is that we've been able to more than double the amount of food that we're able to distribute. This year we'll distribute 7 million pounds of food, twice as much as we did 3 years ago. About 22,000 families a week benefit from the services of Feed America First. Your participation with Legacy Tree Foundation is what allows them to grant money to agencies like ours. The net result is that more Americans get fed as far as Feed America First is concerned.
In 2010, after the earthquake in Haiti, Legacy Tree became aware of several organizations that were doing important work with the children and orphans in this poverty-stricken nation, just 500 miles off the United States coast. Danita's children, Hope for Haiti, already had a well-established orphanage and school. and was feeding, clothing, and educating over 500 children and was at full capacity. After the earthquake, however, they felt compelled to take in 53 additional children who were orphaned by the devastating events.
We have a saying here that there's always room for one more. So when the earthquake hit, we knew, even though it didn't affect our buildings and have this amount of damage that it did in Port-au-Prince, we knew that we were supposed to do something, and all of us just really believed that we were supposed to help with the orphan children.
I spent almost 3 weeks in Port-au-Prince after the earthquake, just driving down the streets, going into hospitals, going into tents, speaking with doctors, looking for orphans and children that needed temporary or long-term care. It just broke my heart. It took my breath away. We've taken in 74 people that we are helping from the earthquake. 53 of those are children. And right now we have 3 dorms. We have a girls' home, a boys' home, and a little boys' home. But we have converted our church into now a 4th dorm.
Legacy Tree wanted to support their efforts to add additional housing, as well as help to build a medical facility, so that visiting teams would have a clean, safe place to work when they arrive to provide medical and dental care. Another fine organization doing work in Haiti is My Life Speaks. Legacy Tree became acquainted with their community involvement director, Leslie Watson, who had moved to Haiti to establish a permanent teaching and feeding program for children and mothers in an outlying village.
My name is Leslie Watson, and I'm the Community Involvement Director in Haiti for an organization called My Life Speaks. And Legacy Tree has partnered with My Life Speaks in helping us get some of our programs off the ground and continuing those programs in the village of Nepli, where we live. Some of those things are a children's feeding program that we do. When we started, we only had 22 kids, and Legacy Tree has helped us to grow that program to now 110 kids 3 days a week. We also have an Infants and Mommies program where the moms get education from a Haitian nurse, and we get to help them take care of their babies, as well as offer formula to help supplement nutrition for the babies. We've got mentoring and discipleship program with young adults, and so all of these things are programs that we're doing to make an impact in the village of Nepli that Legacy Tree has been a huge part of making those things happen.
Another often forgotten area where there are many people in need is within the prison system of the United States. Legacy Tree Foundation became aware of several charities working to restore and change lives for many that are in prison. The more Legacy Tree learned about what was taking place during these visits to the prisons, the more they felt compelled to provide assistance. The first organization is called Timothy's Gift, founded by Ron Miller and John Starnes.
The programs that we offer to the inmates are Walk Through the Bible Old Testament, Walk Through the Bible New Testament, and then the co-founder of Timothy's Gift, John Starnes, will occasionally go in and present a gospel concert to the inmates. Timothy's Gift is only a little over 2 years old, and we have gone into 71 prisons and have taken the seminars and workshops into those prisons to well over 5,000 inmates.
The group provides biblical teaching and life skills classes to those in prison who are seeking spiritual guidance and who actively desire to change their characters and redeem their lives.
I can honestly say that there have been many occasions, had it not been for Legacy Tree, thousands of inmates' lives would have missed the chance of being impacted in a positive way. So we are eternally grateful to Legacy Tree, not only for what they are, but who they are, what they stand for, and the unbelievable integrity in which they operate.
Additional important work is being done in homeless shelters, rescue missions, halfway houses, and maximum security prisons populated by the most hardened criminals by Nathan Lee from Send Musicians to Prison. These facilities are not typically visited by other prison outreaches, as they are considered too dangerous, and the unique work being done by this organization is generating a powerful response from wardens and inmates alike. A local news station said it best.
Nathan Lee is a huge hit in prisons. A warden told me he has never seen anything like it.
God bless you.
Never seen prisoners relate to any program
Felt it, man.
the way they relate to Nathan Lee.
You're valuable. You're valuable. You're valuable. And I hope you go out with a bang. You can, do you know what you...
The Nashville Rescue Mission told me in 23 years of all the entertainment, all the programs, Nathan Lee has received the one and only standing ovation in mission history.
I'm gonna do this. When I die, I want it to matter.
When Legacy Tree is able to step up and help, and there's finances available, I can tell a warden, okay, I'm in. They call and they say, hey, things are bad this week. Can you get out here? Can you get on a plane and come out here? And just spend an hour with the guys, calm them down. Where Legacy Tree has become helpful, and possibly in ways that they don't even know, are the times for me to say, hey, thanks for what you did last month. I took your money and flew to Rikers Island and sang for gangsters. And I think it's important that someone does it, and I'm honored to be able to do it, and I'm more so honored that Legacy Tree helps me do that.
Often we hear or think that it would be better for people in needy areas of the world to be able to help themselves rather than just continually receive gifts and donations from Americans. Hope International is an organization that provides microfinance assistance in underdeveloped parts of the world. By providing loans, Hope enables the poor in villages and cities to establish small businesses and become self-supporting.
Legacy Tree has helped Hope International by allowing us to give out more of these loans. There are over 100 clients, over 100 businesses that have started as a result of the charitable contributions that we received from Legacy Tree. And when you think about that, that's 100 families that now, as a result of your generosity, are able to turn around and provide a sustainable education for their family, provide more meals for their kids to eat, provide access to sustainable health care. All these things as a result of being involved with Legacy Tree.
Even employing others. This enables people who want to work to experience self-respect and dignity and financial independence, rather than being reliant upon handouts forever. Hope International literally provides a hand up as opposed to a handout. Finally, Mercy Ministries was founded by Nancy Alcorn in 1983 in order to provide residential treatment for troubled girls facing a number of challenging and life-threatening issues, including sexual abuse, eating disorders, cutting, addiction, unplanned pregnancy, sex trafficking, and more. Many are suicidal when they arrive at their homes. Since establishing their first center in Louisiana, Mercy Ministries has now served over 3,000 girls through their facilities in Tennessee, California, and Missouri. They accept no federal funding and provide all care free of charge to the girls.
I just want to personally thank everyone from the Legacy Tree Foundation for the amazing support that they have given to Mercy Ministries in the past 3 years. You have literally made the difference between life and death in your giving, because you have given a significant amount of money, which has enabled us to help so many young women and to see their lives restored and their hope renewed. And we take no government funding, we take girls in free of charge, and we could not do it without you. So thank you, Legacy Tree.
Legacy Tree Foundation is aware of the many wonderful organizations that are impacting people's lives and doing tremendous work in their communities. That is why we give you the opportunity through a legacy plan to support an organization that may have touched your life in some way or that you just feel strongly about. When a person decides to complete a legacy plan, they are able to recommend an organization for a grant. When the legacy plan is completed, a grant is issued on their behalf to the organization of their choice.
On behalf of Legacy Tree Foundation, all the charities we serve, and the thousands of people whose lives are being transformed, I want to thank you for your partnership and participation with Legacy Tree Foundation. Together we're positively impacting lives at home and around the world, and we are honored that you have chosen to trust us with this portion of your family's legacy.